Hi guys, Erika Bentley with Berkshire Hathaway here, your real estate resource. And I'm here with my friends, Lindsay and Katie with Stewart Title, so we can talk about some fun, exciting title and escrow. Okay, so what are some of the things I can expect through the course of escrow, going through escrow until we close escrow? What happens during that process?
It's a long process, usually about 30 to 45 days, and there's going to be a lot of interaction between us, the lender, all parties of the transaction. One of the things that we usually do first and foremost is request the contact information for either your buyer or your seller, whoever you're representing. And the reason we do that is if the seller has their property in a trust, we're going to need a copy of their trust documents. If the person that is selling the property is selling it because the person that previously owned it had passed away and maybe it was left to them or inherited, then that's something we need to address. Oftentimes people get divorced, so we need a copy of the divorce decree. So maybe they purchased the home as Mr. and Mrs. or Mrs. and Mrs. or Mr. and Mr. But now they're separated, so we need to know who gets what. Mm-hmm. If we sell this property, do we have to give someone $50,000 because that's what the court said we have to do? So it really depends on what the situation is. Every single home is different. Every escrow is different. There's really no black and white in the escrow world. But we're also going to ask you for payoff information in the event that there is a loan on the property. Okay. In the event that you happen to have a homeowners association, we're going to ask you for that kind of information. Behind the scenes, we're also going to order a preliminary title report, or a prelim as you'll hear it called often, and what that's going to tell us is how the property is currently vested, who owns it, if there's any liens against the property, any judgments. We're also going to check people's names, both buyer and seller, to see if they have any liens or judgments. Maybe they owe child support, maybe they owe the IRS $40,000, whatever the case may be. So there's a lot that happens behind the scenes, and our job is to make sure that we convey clear title. And the only way we can do that is by ensuring that there's nothing that's going to cloud or encumber the property, so the new owner could refinance it, sell it, do whatever they want with it because it's truly their property. So we ask a lot of these personal questions, and Katie always gets these calls. Why do you want my personal information? Why do you need my social security number? And the reason is we need to prove that you really are who you say you are, and we need to make sure that there's not anybody that is owed money that is not getting it come close of escrow.
Well, and you have to make sure that the person that's selling the property has the right to sell the property.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Okay. So that would be like if it's in a trust, we got to make sure that this person that's going to be signing has the right to sign away that property.
And it's not because Katie's nosy. It's not because she just wants to know what's happening in your life. It's genuinely for a reason.
And when you say, ordering the payoff for the loan, well, what if I have my latest statement? Can't I just give you my most recent statement? Isn't that that's going to have my payoff on there, right?
Well, payoffs are a little bit more detailed. When we order a payoff directly from a lender, it'll have the principal balance just like what is on the statement. But there's also going to be some other fees, or maybe some interest. There could be an escrow account that's attached where your monthly payment to your mortgage is also paying for taxes or homeowners insurance. So when the bank gives us this detailed breakdown, it's going to tell us an exact figure. Sometimes when we're ordering a payoff, we order it maybe past the close of escrow by just a few days, so we're adding extra interest into it. Once we close escrow and we pay off your mortgage, that mortgage company, after about 30 days, is going to settle out your account and then mail you a refund check if there's anything left over.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us for another segment of Real Estate Resources. We have Erika Bentley with Berkshire Hathaway Group and Katie and Lindsay from Stewart Title. It was a pleasure. If you have any further questions or anything that we can address or discuss for you, please let us know. You can send us an email, send us a text, or comment in the messages, and we're happy to answer whatever questions we can for you.